Hello, friends. Your old Uncle Andy here, the UC Panda himself, coming to you on Friday, November 1st, and we are hoping to give you some winning sports picks. I do think we've got some winners here tonight. Um, Last night it wasn't probably the best night for us. We went 2-2-1, and of the two, we did win the Capitals money line and Capitals Canadians over 6. Those, as you may well remember, are still pending with the result of Army and the Tennessee Volunteers tomorrow. We need Army and the Volunteers like we need oxygen. But I'm confident those two are going to come through, so we should be good tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get started here. Again, keep following us over at Twitter. Don't think there's any plays that have been posted over there the last few days that have not ended up here in a video or vice versa, but you never know. Go ahead and keep covering Twitter. We are going to go ahead and go with the NHL Grand Slam over tonight. The book had it at 37.5 goals. It is juiced a little bit to the over at -120, but I'm okay with that. You'll see that a lot as we go throughout the year. I had the Grand Slam tonight capped at 39.57. So I've got it 2 goals over what the sports book has it. So we'll go ahead and take that bet. The Columbus Blue Jackets against the Winnipeg Jets. I kind of like the Jackets tonight. I just couldn't get to the window with it. It's a very nice plus money payout. I don't think I want to step in front of the train called the Winnipeg Jets. They've been playing very well. They had one clunky game a few weeks ago. But other than that, they have been on a tear. And Jackets are a spunky squad, but I don't know if I'd want to step in front of the Jets tonight. But oddly enough, I do like the prop for the Jackets to score first. Now listen to this. Winnipeg this year, they've played 10 games. They've only scored first in 3 of the 10 games, despite the fact that they're having an excellent year. The Blue Jackets, on the other hand, of the 9 games they have played, they have scored first 7 times. So for a plus money payout, Jackets at home, Jackets a spunky squad. Who knows? The Jets may be looking past them. I don't think so, but it could be. But put it all together, all the factors are there. It's a plus money payout. We'll take the Jackets to score first. Tune in the first period and see what happens. I did get a no sweat token from MGM. So a lot of these bets we already have gone over, so I just incorporated them into this parlay. For UConn tonight, I like UConn. I think you're good with UConn to go ahead and lay 6.5. If you want to lay the 7, go ahead. You may get pushed. But I do like UConn tonight. I like Virginia Tech to win. I like Oregon money line. Georgia, Iowa State, South Alabama. I love this parlay at plus 472, and it's a no sweat. If it loses, we get a free roll. So we're going to go ahead and go with it. Now, as I've mentioned, we do have Army and the Volunteers in a lot of things. We're going to add them to a few more parlays here. So we've got Army and the Volunteers to win the first half and the ball game. And we're going to combine that first with the third period over 1.5 goals between Tampa Bay and Minnesota tonight. It pays a plus 135. For context, why am I pairing this with Army and the Tennessee Volunteers? Because by itself, the third period over in Tampa and Minnesota was like a minus 250 prop. So we've gone from risking $2.50 to win $1 to risking $1 to make $1.35 profit because we've added the Army and the Volunteers tomorrow. So that's why we did that. As far as third period overs are concerned between these two teams, they're combined 15-4 this year. So I like that. In the 10 games Tampa has played, they have scored 14 goals in the third period. So that's better than 1 goal per game. And likewise, the Wild have scored 12 third period goals in their 9 games. So add all that up. Probably most convincing of all about this prop that really made me get to the window with it was Tampa Bay's coach likes to pull the goalie. And it's at Minnesota. So if it is a situation with 3, 4, 5 minutes left and Tampa is down, they'll pull the goalie and you're going to have a gaping wide open net. We should get 1 cheap goal, maybe 2, I hope. So we're going to go ahead and go with this play. Next, I've got the Devils and the Flames third period over. I do like this. The teams are a combined 17-6 on third period overs this year. The Devils are tied for second in the league with most third period goals scored at 18, and the Flames are no slouch in that department. They've scored 14, and almost as importantly, the Flames have allowed 12 third period goals in their 10 games, so better than 1 goal a game in the third period they're giving up. So I do like that. I couldn't quite get to the window with a game over in this. And you can see why the other night. New Jersey's playing excellent defense. They scored 6 goals the other night against Vancouver, but didn't allow any goals. Now, if I told you, will a game get over 6.5 if one team scores 6? In other words, the other team would just have to score 1 goal to give you 7 to go over the total 6.5. That's a bet you would take. But the other night, that would have been a losing bet. And it does make me a little afraid tonight with the Flames. I'm not sure that they would hold up their end of the bargain in terms of scoring for a whole game over. Because in their last 5 games combined, the Flames, while they've given up a boatload of goals, they've lost several of these games, they've only scored 5 goals in 7 games. So that's one thing that made me stay away from a whole game over, but I will take my chances with the third period over, and maybe we see an empty netter. I do like the New York Rangers at home tonight against the Ottawa Senators, but I couldn't lay the 190 for the Rangers by themselves. I think Ottawa also might be a live dog, but New York's playing well, and I just think they're going to win the game, but I just couldn't take them at that price. I'm somebody that was really always leery of taking in hockey. You can bet on who's going to win the game, and it doesn't matter if it goes to overtime or a shootout, or you can bet who's going to win in regulation. And who's going to win in 60 minutes pays better than who's going to win the whole game, regardless of whether it goes to a shootout, finishes at regular time, goes to overtime, whatever. The problem with betting the 60 minutes is the problem with betting the regulation is if it goes to overtime, doesn't matter if your team wins the game in overtime. Once it gets to overtime, regulation's over, you lose the bet. So that's something that always kind of scares me. You should see a lot of overtime games in the NHL. Next, we're going to go ahead and take the Minnesota Wild to score first. Same scenario we had with the Jackets a moment ago. The Wild, of their 9 games this year, they've scored the first goal 7 times. They're at home tonight. And Tampa, in their 10 games, they've only scored first on 4 occasions. Tampa's kind of been on the struggle bus this year a little bit. So put all those factors together, and when you add in Tennessee and Army, this prop is paying almost 2-1. So I think it's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and go with it. There's a lot more NHL tomorrow. I will try to get up and at least post to Twitter what my plays are going to be. I have most of my plays written down, actually. I do like the Kings and the Vegas Knights in a parlay. I do like the Blue Jackets and the Capitals in a third period over. I do like that. They're combined 14-4 on that third period over prop. I like the Washington Capitals tomorrow at home hosting the Blue Jackets. We've been talking about the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are playing tonight. The Blue Jackets played Thursday night. Tomorrow, on Saturday, will represent the 5th game the Jackets have played in 7 games, and throw some travel in there as well. Now, most of these have been home games, but still, they did travel to Nashville last Saturday, came home, going to play a few games, hop on a plane tonight, go to D.C. Washington's been playing well, so add all that up, and I like Capitals tomorrow as well. I like the third period over in Montreal and Pittsburgh. They are 19-4 on that prop. Blues, Leafs, I like them second period over tomorrow. They are 17-5 on that prop. And I like Utah and the Vegas Golden Knights first period over. They are 18-4 on that prop. So there, I just saved you some time. You don't have to watch anything tomorrow. So I hope you got all that. That's all for me for tonight. I hope everybody has a good Friday and a great weekend. I hope we're all recovering from Halloween. I'm going to be heading over to Jungle Jim's International Market here soon to fill up my growler and get my mind right. So everybody have a good weekend. Don't drink too much. And if you tail us to the window, we will cash tickets together. Have a good night, everybody.